Are you able to see that?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, great. So this is the first first thing you'll see when you first log into the app. As you can see, the interface has changed. Uh, Not too much, but it is a big change from the previous version here. Right now, I'm looking at my favorites, which is a new feature that we have here. No longer are you going to need to select the site out of your library. You can actually see this is essentially what the library is here. So you can select different surveys as favorites, and as well, you don't need to switch between different site lists anymore if you're on more than one team. You can have all your sites on here. If you click over to the All Sites tab over here, you can actually see all of your sites that you have on all teams. So you don't have to switch back and forth. Once again, less clicks, less touches, a little bit easier for you to find the sites that you want here. Today we're going to be going and looking at Austin High School here. As you can see, I have a lot of different sites on here. So we do have a site search feature up at the top there. There's a little magnifying glass here to pull that up here, and then we can search Austin High School here. So you'll see that I have, obviously there's a couple other Austin sites here, but here's Austin High School, and you'll notice there's a little gold star to the right there. If you click on that, it'll fill in there, and then if we actually go back to our favorites, you'll now see Austin High School in there. If you want to remove something from your favorites, so say I don't want the Jewel Osco anymore, I can click on that star, and it will take it off of the favorites there. So it's a new and improved version of the library, I guess I like to consider it as, but definitely allows you to a little bit more ease of use and switching back and forth between your different sites and things like that. But without further ado, I'll go ahead and hop right into the site here. So let me go ahead and click on Austin High School. Oh, sorry, one second. Go. All right. So here is the site overview here, the site dashboard. You can see that I have one survey here already synced that I was working on earlier. But there is a couple of things I want to point out over here. The same kind of layouts, more or less. On the left side there, you have all of your survey, your site information here. You can edit that with the Edit Info tab here. You have a way to refresh if you added a survey on the web version. You can click this refresh icon and have it pop up there if you're not seeing it, or changes and things like that. You also have a new feature here is the sync queue. So at the top here, you'll see synced with a little check mark here, or if you're currently syncing any surveys, it'll be a little spinning arrow. It says synced, or syncing rather. If you actually click on that, you can see a sync queue of all the surveys that you have queued up for sync. So if you see, you can see the status of all those surveys if you're syncing more than multiple different surveys at a time there. Just a new feature I wanted to highlight for you guys here. But first things first, let's go ahead and create a new survey on this on the app here. So you'll see at the bottom right corner, there is a plus sign here. Click on that. And you have an option to do a new folder, a new survey. I'll go ahead and click on new survey. So we have a couple of different options on here. The wording is different than the previous app, but the functions are more or less the same. Photo gallery allows you to do it from your photos, create a survey from your photos. Camera, as you know, you can take a photo with the tablet camera. Satellite image, same as on the other app. You still have your quick start. Local files is a newer one that lets you actually choose any of the local files on your device, whether it's on your storage or if it's in your iCloud, or if you have a G drive connected to your device, you can do local files there. But today I'm going to go ahead and just do photo gallery. Have my floor plan there. So here we have the crop screen here. So pretty much the same as the previous version. If you want to change the crop, you'll use these little gray bars at the corners there if you want to change that, but this one looks good to me. We also have the rotate buttons on the left and right there if you want to rotate those. Go ahead and move on to our scale. So the scale's had a bit of an overhaul here. So you'll notice a couple of different changes. All of the distance setting and the icon size and things are at the top, and the scale bar is now this blue tool here, and you just move it the same way that you do. You grab one end and move it into that doorway there, and now I can set it to 5 feet. So you can either do the plus or minus, or you can type in. Wanted to have 5 feet there. And of course, you can change between your meters and feet, same as before. And then you have the icons up here. These are just sample icons, so you can see the elements icon size when you adjust it. So hitting the plus or minus on that set element icon size does that there. I like it a little bit bigger on this one for the webinar. So here we have that set. I'll click next. One big feature now is the auto sync option here. So you can choose to have that toggled on or off. Auto sync basically will automatically sync, as the name would imply, the survey when you get to a internet access or Wi-Fi access there. So if you're out on a site, if you have auto sync turned on, if you're out on a site and do a site walk, you don't have network, as soon as you get back to the office and you connect to Wi-Fi, if autosync is on, it'll automatically sync up there. So definitely a time saver. You don't have to go in and manually sync those surveys. I know sometimes that's a hassle. You might forget or things like that. So we wanted to make it easier, have those things automatically sync there.
Yeah, and wasn't it when somebody's kid was playing on their iPad and they lost their entire survey?
Yep,
Oh
that has happened
man.
before. Yeah, so having those synced up to the cloud to make sure that it's saved is definitely it's definitely an advantage. So and of course you have all the same options that you have before with naming your survey. So I'll go ahead and name this one second floor because I had that first one. The other one is on first floor. So I'll go ahead and name that second floor. And once I have that done, I'll go ahead and click next. And now we are on the edit screen. So you'll notice a lot of changes on the edit screen here. Just definitely a lot cleaner look in my opinion. But just to go over a few of the things here. So on the left side, you still have that your drop downs for your elements. So same thing with video surveillance, things like that. We added an element search feature. So that bar at the top there allows you to search for a specific element that you want. I know that's a feature that was often requested. We finally got that implemented here. So if I wanted to look up all my cameras on here, I have fixed camera, PTZ, those are all the ones that are labeled as cameras, or door, for access control, all the doors options there. So no more having to scroll through and trying to find the one that you're looking for. We have that added on there automatically. I'll go ahead and put a camera down just to show you, same as functionality as before, just touch and pull that onto here. You'll notice that there's a couple the AOC menu is in the upper right here now, a lot smaller, so you can have a full view of the survey. Same controls as before with adjusting the AOC. We'll have that looking at the reception area there. One thing that we wanted to do was to, like we said before, less clicks, so you actually are able to move the element here without having to exit the AOC menu. Before you had to exit the AOC menu to move the element around, but we wanted to be able to save some time that way for you guys there. So you can actually move your elements while you have the AOC menu open up at the top there. And those options are the same as before. So you have your color options there, and you can adjust your the degrees for the angle there. You have some preset options there, so 45, 90, things like that. You can also enter manually, and you can also do the same with your range there. So if we wanted this to be, say, 10 feet, you can adjust it there, so that's 10 feet there. All right. New look for the attributes bar here. So when you actually touch that element, we kind of minimized the wording on there, a lot easier to look at, things like that. Went with an icon approach there. But from left to right, we have that this is the attributes. So if you want to look at your element info, things like that, adding pictures here, this is how you'll duplicate. This opens the coverage menu there. And then you can also change the color and the status as well. and then you have your delete option there. So let's go ahead and click on the attributes there. So a lot more of a minimal kind of look here. Instead of having that attributes window open up, you can still see the floor plan, and you can also still move the elements around in this view as well. You have the same options as before. This is how you'll select your element profiles up at the top there. And you can also add photos and attachments, things like that. And this is a scrolling menu now, so you have the option to choose tabs on the left there, or if you want to just scroll through, you can do that as well. One thing I wanted to show you was adding a photo here. So you have the option still to obviously attach or take a picture with your camera, but I'll go ahead and add from my photo reel. Add that one here. So now we have, this is adding the attachments there. So you have the option for a timestamp. One of the new features here is actually you can drag and drop the element onto the photo itself. So you'll see that we have our fixed camera element over here. I can actually drag that onto the photo itself, place it down, and you can use that as either an indicator of where that device is going to go or anything like that. But we wanted to add some kind of functionality there and allow users to visualize on the photo the actual element. And you can change the size independent of the survey size there. We also added some new drawing tools. This is kind of a preview. I'll show you a little bit more what that looks like on the floor plan, but you have your drawing tools on the left side here. So we added a free draw. So if you wanted to make some curlicues for some reason, something like that, move it around, you can do that. Oop, I deleted the photo on accident. Whoopsie, didn't mean to do that. Go ahead and just want to show you the text options as well. So now you can make a text box here. So camera 1. Change the color there. Green doesn't exactly pop on that one. So you'll see there's a little hand icon at the top there. That's how you'll move that around. Of course, you can change the font if you want to make that bigger. Put it up here. Save that. Now that's an attachment on there. Let's go ahead and add another element onto the floor plan here. So go ahead and add one in the back there. Let me zoom in a little bit. Back there. You can also, if you have your AOC open, you can also select between the different elements. So I'm clicking back and forth between the two different cameras here, and it'll just, you can change the AOC of either of those. And the same goes for the element info. So if I click on the element info, open the attributes, I can actually select back and forth between the two. So it's you don't have to click out and then click back in. Less clicks for you when you're doing your edits there. So I'll go ahead and open that back up. Let's put an element profile on this one. Let's do the 2 megapixel there. So same element profiles as before, and any of the ones that are on the web you'll have access to on the app as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the drawing tool. So this is the same as annotations before, but a lot more expanded options that you saw a little bit before. But you click the drawing tools on the left side there, and you have the same options as before. So you can add your text box if you want. Just say area 1. And move that up over there. You have obviously a circle and the square options here. One thing we added for those, if you'll see here, you actually have an option for an outline or solid fill. So if you wanted to have a solid fill there, you could do that. And then we also have the free form drawing tool. So if you wanted to, sign your name, something like that, you could do that on there. And you can just click on these each to select them. And then if you want to delete them, you can just, as you click on them, click the little trash can at the top there. All right, go ahead and show you a couple of the different options. We don't have the pencil icon that you might see at the upper right anymore. We have this 3 dots, but it has the same options. So you'll see this is how you'll reset your scale, change the crop, replace the floor plan. This is also where you will change the icon size if you want to, make it smaller, make it bigger. You'll notice we also added an option to export as a PDF. So this lets you create a basic report from this, from the actual app, which we weren't able to do before. So it's a really nice feature. Good thing about that too is you can actually, if you click on that, it creates the PDF, and you can airdrop it, send it as an email, or send it as a text message there. Save it right to your drive, right from the app. So really handy feature for sharing, especially if you're wanting to share on the go. If you wanted to save this here, you can actually just click this little save button here. So save that there. And then when we're done editing, we can just click on done editing. It'll ask me to save the changes again. And you'll notice that we got, ignore that. We got rid of the survey overview page here. So you don't have to go into, before you had to click on the survey and then, click again to edit. You can actually go right into editing the survey there. So less clicks on there, and go right into editing it as soon as you click on it. Let's go ahead and hop into the other survey there. And as you can see there, I meant to show you how to download it, but I accidentally downloaded it before the webinar. So, but you'll just actually download it straight from the options here as soon as you click on it. But I just wanted to show you again, as soon as I click on that first floor, I'm already in the edit view, so I can already start making changes to this floor plan here. And if you wanted to release the edit, you have the option to do that. Once you click done editing, you can click release edit, same as before. All right, one last thing here before I go move on. Was there anything that I missed, Laura, that you can think of?
I don't think so. Did you, I mean, everything's pretty much the same as far as filtering, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So same options here. So you have that filter options up at the top there. So you do have the ability to also, one thing too is that I didn't actually have this written down. In your filters here, you have the element ID option. So you can actually remove the, let me zoom in a little bit here. So you can actually remove those labels from the floor plan from your view here. So click element ID, this one right here, it will get rid of those labels just for your view there. You can obviously turn them back on. And also we have a budget estimator up at the top there as well, if you are looking at that information. One last thing too to show you on here, on the left side, you'll actually see your help center. This is going to be a link directly to the new 2.0 help center. So all of the articles have been overhauled to be relevant to the new app. So this is something you can look at directly from the iPad, so you don't have to hop on the PC if you have questions, things like that. Especially if you're out in the field, you have access to the help center right here.